A very commonly asked question that we get is, Ruslan, why do you have different channels? Wouldn't it make sense to just build one channel to 1 million subscribers before you go and diversify? YouTube already created the podcast, built-in feature for playlists. Why have so many channels? It's a great question. I'm going to break it down why. And this is my theory, okay? And I don't know how much I'm going to reveal in this, but I'm going to do my very best without going all the way in and showing you guys how the sausage is fully made. But why? And if you don't know, we have 3 channels. We have my main channel, Ruslan KD. It's my name. This is the channel where we have our daily streams. Okay, our daily streams. Our daily streams happen 2 streams on the main channel every single day. On here, we take these streams and they get clipped up. Basically, our after party stream gets clipped up and we create clips for the Blessed God Studios channel, which is at around 165,000 subscribers. We have clips for this channel. And we also have a new channel, which is where you're watching this video. I call Mastermind My Business, all about how to handle your business the master's way. Okay. And so that is the channel that this is going to be on. Now, it's 3 different channels. Why is there 3 different channels? Well, one, it allows us to do one stream that gets scaled across multiple topics. Not every topic fits for the Ruslan channel. What do I mean? I mean, the Ruslan channel is primarily culture and faith, okay? That's usually what this is about. Culture, faith, theology. The Blessed God Studios channel allows us to have different personalities on. It allows us to have different topics. So we'll talk about the red pill. We'll talk about relationships. We'll talk about all of these different things. And it helps because we're diversifying the topics that maybe people don't want to hear about, you know, Andrew Tate on the main channel, or they don't want to hear us react to a Fresh and Fit or a Sneeko video on the main channel, but they don't mind it on the Blessed God Studios channel because we do more frequency of that. And people often will look at the Blessed God, the main channel and be like, how does this relate to faith? We get that question a lot on the main channel. So we have a separate place where we could put other clips that I personally find more interesting, just topics I find more interesting, but they may not fit on the main channel. And then in the same way, there's the Mastermind My YouTube channel, which is more in the line of helping other creators learn, grow, execute business, finance, that sort of strategy stuff. We also get guests to come in. Guests that come in will usually hit a variety of topics. We'll talk about their life story and faith and how they came to Jesus. We'll also talk about other stuff like their relationships and views on social things. And they usually have some business insight. So the scaling of the interviews is great, right? Like Eric Thomas, we just did an interview with him. Amazing interview for what? For the main channel, because he's talking about Jesus and he's talking about God. And people may have not heard as much of that from him because he mainly has a mainstream influence, right? E.T. the hip-hop preacher. But then we also can clip some of it up for the Blessed God Studios channel. And the real nitty-gritty business stuff can go on to Mastermind My Business channel. Boom. So that it allows for that format. But here is the kicker, and this is a conspiracy theory, all right? I'm going to share a conspiracy theory on this video. Might shock you. My conspiracy is that as a channel is growing, when you factor in audience, when you factor in CPM and RPM, CPM is what you get paid per 1,000 views. RPM is what you get paid, what your cut of that is. Hey, thank you so much for subscribing to our newest YouTube channel, Mastermind My Business, the channel where you get access to information on how to create, how to grow, and how to learn. But I wanted to show you something kind of crazy. Over 71% of the people that watch this channel are not subscribed. Please consider subscribing, turning that bell notification on so you don't miss anything. All right? I appreciate you. I have a theory. This is just me. Maybe I'm wrong. But when you're not using shorts to blow up fast and get a gang of subscribers, I have a theory that when it comes to the AdSense, YouTube somehow in their system will kind of put a bottleneck on how much a channel can generate revenue-wise. So though you would think that if we were to we do 2 videos on every channel every day, we're trying to get to doing that 7 days a week. Right now, we probably do that about 5 days a week, and then like full podcast on Sunday, full podcast on other channel on other days. My theory is that if we were to do 6 videos a day on the main channel, we still wouldn't generate the same AdSense as we do when we spread it out. And you know who actually foretold this that I thought was crazy when he first did it? David Wood. David Wood's channel would get so much attention on his main channel. And what he discovered is sometimes that attention is not always good. Sometimes the moderation content people were watching, sometimes it's not always a good thing. And so what he discovered was, what I'm going to do is what he did is he spread out his audience across a couple different channels. And he has a philosophy channel. He has an apologetics channel. He has different types of channel. I think he has at least 3 or 4 channels right now. And he spread that out, and they're all smaller channels, but they're allowing him to do that. And so in our case, we grew my main channel to a certain ceiling revenue-wise, and we just couldn't break through that ceiling. And then we started Blessed God Studios, and we got that channel to the same dollar amount in AdSense. And then we, instead of just saying, okay, and it's like, boom, we just hit the ceiling. It's like, we cannot get past this AdSense number and this number of views. Same thing on the main channel. And now we have a third channel that, again, all on the premise of diversifying content and niche. That third channel, I think we could also get it to that ceiling with less subscribers. Remember, I don't care about subscribers. My main channel, shocker, generates less money than the Blessed God Studios channel in AdSense. I'm just brass tacks. I'm not going to tell you guys the dollar amounts, but that's the reality. The Blessed God Studios channel has a higher RPM, higher CPM, and it grew without any real shorts exploding. So I'm cool with that. I have a feeling Mastermind My YouTube is going to outperform and grow even faster and potentially be generating the same amount of revenue with way less subscribers than either channel. Why? Because we're talking to business, finance, YouTube strategies, that sort of things. So that is why we have 3 channels. I think I have this theory, YouTube will put a cap on how much they'll work you in the algorithm, how much AdSense will come out, because I think they don't want people to get too big too fast, my theory. And I think the channels that are really generating like crazy amounts of money are the channels that have been around forever, or they're the channels with millions and millions and millions of subscribers, and they can have one channel do, I don't know, 6 figures in revenue. Hey, did you know that you can watch videos like this on the Spotify app? We now are on Spotify under Ruslan Bless God Podcast. So if you're driving and you want to go back and forth between listening to the podcast and just the audio or watching the video, consider doing it now on the Spotify app as well as all podcast platforms. All right, I'll see you over there. I much rather use 3 or 4 channels to get to 6 figures in revenue, and that is the pathway for me personally, because I'm not chasing subscriber counts. I don't think they mean the same. That's not the number that I care about, right? And so, and in the 4th channel, and this is probably something maybe you guys don't care about, but if I were to do a 4th channel, it would probably be something in the area of health and fitness. It would probably be something in that niche. Is I would probably do some combination of same format of, but in talking to specifically fitness people, fitness experts, and packaging it around the same type of packaging that we have on the other 3 channels. That would be the 4th channel if I were to start a 4th channel. I don't plan on starting a 4th channel, but if you guys are wondering, like, what would be the 4th channel? So that is why we have 3 different channels. They're 3 different niches. And I believe that there's a lid on what is possible when you're growing on YouTube. That is my theory. But I want to know from you guys. What do you guys think? Those of you guys that are like super successful, right? You're tripping. Everyone wants to see that. Stop holding out. Hey, we might do it. We'll see. And the funny thing is, man, I have so many YouTube channels from over the years that I've started that I could easily grab that already have a couple 100 subscribers and convert them pretty quick. So if I wanted to do it, I have like an old, I don't even want to tell you guys what the name of it is because you guys will go find it. Like, it's like a young adults ministry we started, and I got like sermons up there, and I was actually trying to find the login to potentially start it, right? My main Mastermind My YouTube used to be the old Breaks channel, believe it or not. So the Breaks channel was Mastermind My YouTube. So I took it, converted it, the Breaks channel had like 700 subscribers. That's at 7,000 subscribers now. Blessed God Studios used to be the King's Dream ENT channel, the music label channel. And so we took that, converted it. It was at like 20,000 subscribers. We grew it by, 140,000 subscribers. And so if I were to do that, I have a 3rd channel that has like 300 subscribers that if I wanted to do a fitness-based channel, I could track down the login. I know how to track down a login, and I would launch into that because I've just been on this platform over the years. If we're talking about building an actual media business, I think this is the way to go about it, and this is how we should think about it. I think this is the way to go about it and think about it. Because if you're talking about building a media business, that is different than just trying to be famous and be a celebrity and have clout on the internet. I honestly don't really care about that. I don't mind it, but I really don't care about that. I went out and I learned this from ET, because when I met Eric Thomas, the hip hop preacher, there's this weird thing that happens in terms of is it parasocial parasocial relationships, right? Where people are they're watching you in a living room, in their living room. It feels like we're connected. But you guys know way more about me than I know about you. But when I met E.T., Eric Thomas, at the airport, he had this amazing ability to make me feel like he knows me. I know more about him than he knows about me, but in that exchange, he still made me feel like he knew me. And he was so warm and so welcoming. And so I'm trying to exhibit that same mentality when I'm out and about, when I'm in public, when I'm hanging out with people. I was out this past Sunday. Me and my family went to the movies and we saw the new Super Mario Brothers, and it was super dope. And this is the first time in a day where this happened multiple times, where I was recognized by multiple people in one day. I recognized like once a day, but in that, there was somebody that recognized me at the church event, which is always kind of weird, where it's like and I don't even like the word fan, but they recognized me. And then I was in line at the movies, and then I went to go get popcorn and somebody walked up, and then I went back to get food and so it's 4 times I got recognized, 4 times by somebody that watches the channel. And I'm really trying to be more intentional about developing that skill of being just as excited to meet you guys as you may be excited to meet me. And I think that's something that ET has that is so dope. And so I say all that to say that feels cool, but that's not why I do this. Like, I'm not trying to be a celebrity. Like, I really don't care. It's cool to be recognized in public, but sometimes it's not cool, but I don't mind it. What I'm really trying to do is build a media platform. What I'm really trying to do is present information that could lead to inspiration and transformation. I'm trying to give you guys game, whether it's about fitness, whether it's about God and theology and making that practical, whether it's about how to think about culture. I'm trying to give you guys game so that you can implement it and change your life. And so fitness would be the next logical conclusion of that, because I got a whole lot to talk about. My coach is about to be here next week. We're going to be interviewing my coach. I got a trainer that's local. I got everybody that comes through usually has some degree of fitness stuff or in incentive. I'm connected with so many trainers, so many fitness athletes, so many Christian fitness athletes that are amazing, that I think it could be super duper fun, and we could grow that, but I would want to make sure that there's demand for it. And if there's demand for it, then, we're shooting the after photos tomorrow. We're shooting the after photos tomorrow. You guys are going to see what the transformation look like. Hey, this is a segment from our daily after party stream. Consider partnering with us online for as little as $5 a month to get access to these daily after party streams completely unedited. You'll also get access to our podcast as they are streamed live into the community before anyone else gets to see them, get to interact with our guests, get access to our private Discord server, and a discount code for our store for as little as $5 a month. Ultimately, that will help towards helping us continue contextualizing the gospel using media and podcast here on YouTube. All right, I'll see you over there. Peace.